Hi, boys and girls. It's me, Mrs. Feldkamp, back with chapter 4 and 5 of Junie B. Jones as a Party Animal. Thanks for listening to me read today. I hope you enjoy the next few chapters. Here we go. Chapter 4 is called Packing My Bags. If you can remember what this story is about so far, it's about Junie B. Jones and her friend Grace wanting to go to their other best friend Lucille's Nana's house for a sleepover, and Junie B. Jones' parents have just let her know that it's okay and she's going to get to go. The thing about Lucille's Nana's house is that she has a lot of money, so Junie B. Jones thinks she lives in a huge house. So let's see what chapter 4 is all about, packing my bags. The next morning was Saturday. I jumped out of bed and runned to the kitchen. Then I got a big giant plastic bag and I runned back to my room to pack for Lucille's. First I packed my favorite pillow. Then I packed my pajamas and my bathrobe and my slippers that look like bunnies. Also I packed my blanket and my sheets and a small attractive throw rug. Finally, I packed my stuffed elephant named Philip Johnny Bob. Oh, we've heard a lot about Philip Johnny Bob in the book. What was it? Junie B. Jones has a monster under her bed, I think. He looked up at me from inside the bag. "Yeah, only here's the problem," he said. "You're not actually supposed to put me in a plastic bag, 'cause I could suffocate in this thing." My eyes got big and wide. "Oh, no," I said, real upset. "I forgot about that." That's how come I quick got my scissors and cut air holes for that guy. Philip Johnny Bob sniffed the air. "Better," he said. I petted his trunk. Then I went into the family room and I watched cartoons till Mother got up. Pretty soon I heard her slippers in the hall. And here is a picture of when Junie B. Jones sees her mom waking up, and there's her bag of stuff for the sleepover. Mother, I'm all ready," I said. "I'm all ready to go to Lucille's." I pulled Mother into my room and showed her my plastic bag. Mother shook her head. "Way too much stuff," she said. Then she got a teeny suitcase from the shelf, and she packed my pajamas and my slippers and my robe and my toothbrush. After that, she got a sleeping bag from her closet, and she put my pillow on top of it. "There, that's all you'll need. You're all set," she said. I springed into the air. "All set!" I hollered real joyful. "Junie B. Jones is all set for Lucille's." After that, I quick grabbed Philip Johnny Bob and I dragged my stuff to the front door. "All righty, let's be on our way," I shouted, very excited. Mother was in Baby Ollie's room. She didn't come. "Okie dokie, I'm going outside now. Junie B. Jones is going outside to get in the car," I shouted louder. Just then Mother run to get me. "No, Junie B., no, I'm not taking you to Lucille's, remember? Lucille's Nana's picking you up at 3 o'clock. I told you that. I'm sure I did." All of a sudden, my shoulders got very slumpy because I didn't actually remember that information. That's why. "Darn it," I said, very sad. 3 o'clock takes forever. After that, I slumped to the table and ate my breakfast. Then I sat on my front step. Then I swinged on my swings and I read some books and I ate a cheese sandwich and I counted to 1,000,000 bazillion. And I sat on my step some more. And guess what? 3 o'clock finally came. I saw the big gold car in my driveway. "Hey, she's here, she's here, she's here!" I yelled, real thrilled. Mother and Daddy hurried to the door. "Are you ready to go?" said Mother. "Ready!" I yelled. "Junie B. Jones is ready to go." The Richie Nana got out of her car. I throwed my arms around her. "Hello, Nana. Hello, hello. I've been waiting for you the whole livelong day." There's Junie B. Jones hugging the Richie Nana. And there's the parents. Mother pulled me off that woman. "Sorry," she said. "Ugh, I'm afraid Junie B. has a little extra energy in her. She's been sitting on the step for hours." I leapt way high in the air. "Sitting on the step," I said. "Junie B. Jones has been sitting on the step." Daddy and Mother carried my things to the Big Gold Cowell Act. And guess what? When they opened the door, Lucille and that Grace were already in the back seat. "Lucille, Grace, I didn't even know you were already in here, and so this is a delightful surprise." I reached inside to try to tickle him, but Mother pulled my hand away. "Please, Junie B, don't start," she said. I saluted her. "Aye, aye, Captain," I said, real hilarious. After that, I got in the car and I bounced on the softy seat, only too bad for me because I accidentally bounced too high and I banged my head on the roof. The Nana did a gasp. I patted her. "Yeah, only that didn't even faze me," I said. After that, I buckled my seatbelt and I waved goodbye to Mother and Daddy, and then Nana drove us away. Oh my gosh. Chapter 5 now is called Going to the Ball. So she's on her way to Lucille's Nana's house. Lucille was sitting in the middle. She whispered real quiet to me and that Grace. "Beg for my poodle," she said. "You promised, remember? You promised to beg for my poodle." Me and that Grace looked and looked at each other because we didn't actually want to do that particular thing. Lucille poked on us. "Come on, you promised," she whispered. "You promised to beg." I did a sigh. Then I thinked and thinked about what to say. Finally, I took a deep breath. "Hey, Nana, guess what? Lucille wants a poodle, apparently, and so could you buy her one, do you think?" I asked. "Yes, could you?" asked that Grace, "because she is making us beg you, or else we can't spend the night." The Nana's mouth came all the way open. "So that's what this is all about, huh? Well, my granddaughter knows perfectly well that I am allergic to dogs. So you can tell Lucille that a poodle is out of the question, I'm afraid." I patted Lucille, very understanding. "A poodle is out of the question, we're afraid," I said. Lucille kicked her feet up and down. "Beg harder," she whispered. "You have to beg harder." I did a frown. "Are you firm on that, Nana?" I asked. "No poodle, Lucille," said the Nana, very snappish. Lucille kicked her feet some more. "Oh, I knew that dumb idea wouldn't work," she grouched. Just then the car stopped in front of a big iron gate. Grace's eyes opened big and wide. "Wow, this gate looks like a castle gate," she said. Lucille smiled a teeny bit. "It's not a castle gate, you silly head, Grace," she said. "This is the gate to my house." The Nana pushed a button and the gate opened right in front of our eyes. "Hey, that button is like magic," I said. Lucille smiled bigger. After that, the Nana drove down a long driveway. She stopped in front of a big, beautiful house. Lucille jumped out of the car and ran inside. Me and that Grace followed after her. And guess what? Lucille's house was even more beautiful on the inside than it was on the outside. There was a beautiful long row of stairs and a beautiful bowl of flowers and a beautiful giant sparkly ceiling light made out of glass. Lucille did a gasp at that glistening thing. Oh, excuse me, not Lucille. I did a gasp at that glistening thing. "That light takes my breath away," I said. Lucille skipped all around in a circle. She sang a loud song in our ears. "See, see, I told you I was rich. See, see, I told you I was rich," she sang. She made that song up, I believe. After that, she took our hands and showed us all the rooms in our house. She showed us the living room and the dining room and the kitchen and the big giant patio and the daddy's office and the mother's office and the family room and the pool room where you play pool and the outside pool where you swim and the hot tub in the library and the gym and the Nana's room and the mother and daddy's room and the fancy gold bathroom with the jacuzzi and the brother's room and a whole bunch of guest rooms. Then finally, Lucille showed us her very own bedroom. And it looked like a bedroom where a princess lived. Lucille's bed had a frilly pink roof on top of it. "That is called a canopy," she explained. "It matches my pink silk draperies, my pink silk bedspread, and my pink telephone, and my plush pink rug, and my wallpaper with pink flowers in it. And see my TV, and my stereo, and my computer, and my CD player." Do you guys even know what a CD player is? It's a little old-fashioned now. She pointed to the corner. "And did you notice all of my big stuffed animals standing over there?" she asked. My eyes popped out at those giant guys. The giraffe was bigger than me. Me and that Grace ran to play with him. No, stop! Don't! Shouted Lucille. You're not allowed to touch them. They're just for show. Huh? Said that Grace. What? I said. How come? Because they were expensive. That's how come, she said. Those animals costed Nana a fortune. Oh, I said, kind of disappointed. Oh, said that Grace. We sat down on Lucille's bed. Lucille shouted at us again. No, get up. You're not allowed to sit there. That bedspread's just for show. Me and that Grace springed right off there. Lucille quick smoothed the material with her hand. Don't you two know anything, she said. This bedspread is made out of silk. I told you, I'm not allowed to get it soiled. Oh, I said. Oh, said that Grace. After that, Lucille skipped over to her dresser and she pressed a button on her mirror. A million bazillion lights came on. Look at this, she said. This is my very own professional makeup mirror. It is the same kind of mirror they use for movie stars. My Nana brought it all the way from Hollywood, California. Me and that Grace run to the sparkly mirror. There they are, the sparkly mirror. We looked at ourselves at the bright lights. Then we sticked out our tongues and made funny faces. Lucille quick turned it off. It is not a toy, she grouched. After that, me and that Grace just stood very still. We didn't touch anything. This is going to be a long evening, I said, kind of quiet. Only just then, something very wonderful happened. Lucille's Nana came in the room, and she was carrying a big box of dress-up clothes. I thought you gals might have fun with some of my old evening gowns, she said real nice. They're as old as the hills, but they're still quite stunning. Lucille ran to the box speedy quick. Let's play Cinderella, she said. She pulled out a beautiful sparkly pink gown. I'm Cinderella, she shouted. Then that Grace shoved me out of her way. She ran to the box too. She pulled out a sparkly blue gown. I'm the fairy godmother, she yelled. I did a huffy breath at those two, because now I had to be the ugly stepsisters, probably. I bent down and searched through the box, very careful. Then all of a sudden my hands felt something long and silky and softy. I quick pulled it out of there. The Nana's whole face lit up. Oh, my goodness. My old feather boa, she said. Why, I haven't seen that thing in years. I danced all around with that lovely thing. I love this, Nana. I love this old feather boa. Just then another great idea popped in my brain. Hey, I know. I will be the famous singer that sings at Cinderellas Ball. Lucille and Grace looked funny at me. What singer? Said Lucille. There's no singer, said that Grace. I stamped my foot at them. Yes, there is. There is, too, a singer, and I am her. And my name is Florence, the famous singer, and I will be performing show tunes from the hit musical Annie. So there. Lucille and Grace shrugged their shoulders at me. Then they dressed up in their beautiful gowns, and they went to the ball, and I sang The Sun'll Come Out Tomorrow. There they are, playing dress up. And that is actually the end of chapter 5. So I guess we'll find out what happens in chapter 6 and maybe in chapter 7 tomorrow. That's all for now, boys and girls. Thanks for listening.